Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Shermin Shali. I'm here with you with 20 years of experience in this HSEQ profession. All the time, all the last 20 years, I was in GCC, uh, particularly in Abu Dhabi. I'm truly honored to be here at the NEBOSH International Conference, speaking on the topic that I believe is essential for any organization. My topic is creating HSEQ excellence through sustainability. I'm sure you are enjoying the day session, and after the work stress topic, this is something definitely going to be interesting. Did you know by embracing sustainability with HSEQ practices, organizations not only contribute positively to the environment, but also boost the operational efficiency by 20%. Interesting, right? This statistics highlights a compelling truth. Sustainability is not just good for the planet, it's a smart business strategy that enhances productivity, reduces cost, and build resilience. That means it definitely saves some work stress. In today's session, I will dive into how embedding sustainability within the HSEQ can unlock these benefits, creating value for both organizations and society. We will discuss some practical approaches and real life examples that illustrate the transformative impact of sustainable HSEQ practices. So I hope you are ready. We will be explaining, today I will take you through the displayed contents. And today, in our rapidly changing world, the traditional approach to the HSEQ is evolving. We can no longer view safety and quality as a standalone objectives. These should be seamlessly integrated with sustainable practices that support environment, the social well-being, and it's not like sustainability is not just a choice anymore. It's a responsibility and an opportunity to transform our HSEQ practices. So today I will share insights into how sustainability can be the driving force behind HSEQ excellence, and it will be giving you some tips, sorry, and guidance for a long-term success. We will also explore some practical strategies, uh, and we can see that how this collaboration will have a positive impact on people and the planet. So are you ready to join me the journey together, and we can explore further? So let's see what are the basic of HACQ and sustainability. Okay. Uh, as HSEQ professionals, we know that our roles go far and beyond ticking boxes or enforcing rules. Every day, we are at the front lines ensuring that health, safety, environmental responsibility, and quality are not just a goals or a KPI to achieve, but they are a part of our organization's core fabric. Today, let's take a step back to look at the HSEQ from a holistic perspective, recognizing its impact not only on compliance but on the broader success and sustainability of our business. So, basically, when you talk about HSEQ, it stands for Occupational Health, Safety, Environment, and Quality. Basically, the key components of HACQ is uh, hazard identification. So it's one of the key components is hazard identification. That means it is a simple process, but very important process to recognize potential hazard that could harm in the workplace or the environment. It's a proactive uh, technique to save an incident or a harm. So it's so crucial for preventing accidents and ensuring the safety. And uh, this is like what we call extended by a risk assessment mechanism that is simple, nothing but evaluating the likelihood and the severity of a risk associated with the identified hazard. And then we prioritize the actions and resources to mitigate the risk effectively. A basic understanding, and I'm sure the team here who are listening to me are having a basic understanding of this. So, other one of the other element which to be addressed in the HSEQ is emergency preparedness, like developing plans and procedures to respond an emergency or potential emergencies, and ensuring that employees are trained and resources are available for quick action in case of any incidents or an event happens. And similarly, environmental impact monitoring. This is also something like regulations wise it's a requirement, and we have to see the compliance of the regulations, and we have to minimize negative impacts on the environment. Quality control. uh, I've strongly experienced that quality is something which we have to prioritize, and because quality failures, inadequacies can lead to critical incidents. So implementing a systematic process to ensure that products and services meet defined quality standards, which will lead to a customer satisfaction, and of course save incidents as well. Like any saving of a rework is a saving of cost, effort, and of course, it's a sustainable act, And continuous improvement process, the whole idea or the whole HACQ management system has a significance about continual improvement process. That is utilizing the feedbacks, the data, or the results of our performances to set or improve actions which can assure improvement and sustain the improvement. So these components work together to create a holistic approach to managing health, safety, environment, and quality issues in an organization. So when I come back to the sustainability, I think it will be interesting to have a walk through the major milestones that have shaped the current sustainability landscape, and maybe I can highlight the increasing need for the business to adopt sustainable practices. In 2015, the United Nations adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, commonly we call it as SDGs. These goals emphasize the importance of sustainability, and they serve as a call to action for business to integrate sustainable practices into their operations. So this marked as a turning point, pushing companies worldwide to consider their impact on the planet and society. Fast forward to 2019, we see another significant development, that is the launch of European Green Deal. This ambitious plan set climate and environment goals for the European Union, aiming to make Europe the first climate neutral continent by 2015. Interesting, right? This deal has a major impact on businesses, especially those operating within the European Union, as they are now required to meet stringent environmental standards. Then came 2020, and with it, the COVID-19 pandemic. The global crisis underscored the importance of resilience, especially in supply chains and operations. Many businesses realize that sustainable practices are not just about environmental impact, they also create resilience against global disruptions. The pandemic accelerated the shift towards sustainable, adaptable business models. And I'm sure you can relate me with this statement, right? In 2021, we saw a significant shift in investor priorities. Um, ESG factors become a top priority for investors. They began to view the sustainability not only as an ethical consideration, but also as a critical factor in a long-term investment returns. Uh, the organizations or institutions that score well on ESG factors are now more attractive to investors, influencing corporate strategies worldwide. And not only for the investors, I think even if when we choose an employer, don't we consider the sustainability aspects such kind of advancement of an organization we definitely value, no? So now, finally, in 2022, we reached another milestone, that is the introduction of mandatory climate-related financial disclosures in many countries. So businesses are now required to report on their sustainability practice and climate risk. That even includes the ISO 45001 standard also has an update about the climate change requirements, right? So this kind of regulatory push ensures transparency and accountability, reinforcing the importance of sustainability across industries. So for me, to conclude, these milestones demonstrate the growing importance of sustainability in business. So from international agreements to investor expectations and government regulations, the pressure on business to adopt sustainable practices is higher than ever. Uh, okay, so let me just take you to the next slide. Yes. So how this HSEQ and sustainability integration supports. So as you say, as I have explained earlier, HSEQ is a comprehensive approach focused on managing the well-being of employees, the public, and the environment, while upholding high-quality standards, like the meeting of the requirements and compliance to the services and production. Okay. So now, okay, let's begin with the ESG pillar. The first is environment. So environment is an essential for reducing the ecological impact of businesses. So like here I have pinpointed few points which I feel like it's relevant. First, let's take about resource efficiency. This involves using resources like water, energy, any raw materials more efficiently to minimize waste and reduce the environmental footprint. Similarly, pollution preventions, like from the processes, we as an HSEQ focus on pollution control, like reducing emissions and managing waste directly supports the environment goals under the ESG. And also it reflects a proactive approach to reduce the company's environmental impact, and we are while we focus on reducing waste, emissions, and other pollutants that can harm environment. And like when I come back to the next point is about biodiversity protection. By conserving natural habitats, HSEQ policies address ecological health, which is increasingly expected under ESG standards. Protecting our biodiversity is essential for sustainable operations and align with environment stewardship. Climate condition, climate action, taking steps to mitigate climate change, such as adopting renewable energy and carbon reduction strategies, exemplifies how HSEQ integrates environmental responsibility. And maybe you might be having some thought process going on, thinking about what mechanisms you adopt in your business. I'll be interested to know that as well. So now let's see the next step, which is about the S in ESG, that is social. Okay, so yeah, so human rights and let's take the first element, that's human rights and fair labor. HSEQ standards ensure safe working conditions, such as that is for safe work conditions, like we will have the welfare arrangements. We will make sure the system and what we call systems established, the conditions are provided to make sure an employee is having the safe workplace. It's an employee's right to work. And also there is something which we can give attention to: the fair wages, respect for workers' rights. These are all the fundamental to the social aspect of the ESG. And this aligns with the responsibility to safeguard employees' well-being. Uh, Next, I see that, community development. See, now, for example, like investing in the being a part of a uh, social initiative, social what we call campaigns, something like, educating, healthcare infrastructure that reflects the HSEQ roles, will be creating a positive social impact. Uh, I had opportunities to, steerhead some of the social related events, such as, breast cancer awareness, such as, prostate cancer awareness. We can take part in a lot of, like, for example, community developments. So these investment fosters goodwill and aligns with the social expectation of ESG. Social equity, it's a very, very important topic. And I always, I'm proud to say that I talk about women empowerment, and addressing diversity, equity, and inclusion is a shared focus of ESG and HGCQ. uh, we can also set up some KPIs to have an equal uh, demonstration of our team also, gender equality, diversity. These are all, I believe that it has an relevance and importance. So such inclusive policies promote fairness and engage stakeholders, not only employees and community members, in the company's decision and initiatives. I hope you agree with me. And if you have some interesting thing, please, share in the chat. I hope you have the provisions. So now, the third part of the third stem of the ESG, governance. So governance, I would like to address about the ethical business practices. See, transparency, accountability, and fair practices are essential to good governance. So HSEQ supports this by promoting ethical behavior across all business activities, reinforcing governance standards expected under the ESG. And we can also have long-term value creation, that is, investing in sustainable products, services, technologies. It's very, very important. Like, there are a lot of technologies which we can consider adding value to the sustainable future. Then this risk management, I have already explained you about the risk identification and mitigation. This approach aligns with ESG's focus on managing risk, both financial and environment, and ensuring that the companies are prepared for future challenges. Then it's very, very important step is about sustainable supply chains. See, ensuring a responsible sourcing of materials is a shared goal in ESG and HSEQ frameworks. So sustainable supply chains are essential for maintaining ethical standards and minimizing environmental impact, right? So creating a comprehensive framework will definitely help to achieve the sustainable aspects. And together, we can lay the foundation for business to operate with integrity, accountability, and commitment to long-term sustainability solutions. Okay, so let me yes, as John Elkington, he's an author, advisor, and he has written and co-authored 20 books related to sustainability, the famous triple bottom line of 21st century business. So, as he said, sustainability is not just an add-on, but a fundamental principle that should be woven into the fabric of every organization. So now, uh, let's see why sustainability matters in HSEQ. I have tried to to take you through in a five important aspects. So, evolving business landscape and growing focus on ESG, compliance and future, like, future production, and then enhancing operational efficiency and cost saving, risk management and resilience, and reputation and brand value. So we will go one by one. We'll have a bit more focused, we'll have a deep dive into each element of uh, this five topics. Okay, so now first is like about evolving business landscape and growing focus on ESG. What do you think? What is in your mind when I say about these things? Can you relate it with your business? See, the business landscape is shifting, as I have initially explained. You see that there is a huge demand. You can see in the business as well. We talk a lot about sustainability. Just take the example of regulatory development. Around the world, the regulatory frameworks are evolving. For example, the European Union introduced the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, CSRD, which mandates ESG disclosures from large companies. So similarly, in the GCC, you can see, for example, Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 has set ambitious sustainability goals, encouraging business to adopt responsible practices. So rising investor interest. Globally, you see the ESG funds surpassed $2.5 trillion in 2022, reflecting investors' preference for sustainable companies. So, like if you take the example from GCC, that's Abu Dhabi's financial exchange now includes ESG linked indices helping investors to track sustainable companies in the region. Interesting change, right? And with environmental risk like climate change at the forefront, businesses are recognizing the need to integrate sustainability. So they are the drivers of change. For UAE, for example, has pledged to reach net zero emission by 2050, driving companies to adopt green practices. So it's really interesting to see that kind of a change happening. And so now my second point, enhancing operational efficiency and cost savings. So sustainability is not just about environmental goals. As I told you in the beginning, operational efficiency and cost savings is an addition. And as I told, 20% increase. Remember, like I started this slide by 20% approved efficiency improvement has been recorded. So by companies that optimize resources, save cost, and reduce waste. So industries are focusing on, for example, in GCC, they are focusing on water conservation due to the region's arid climatic conditions. And you can see there are process improvements and technology adoption, like automation, digitalization, and process improvements, reduce energy use and improve productivity. So employee engagement and productivity shows there is studies shows that engaged employment are more productive when working in environmentally responsible companies. So there are companies like, for example, Emirates NBD is one of the most prominent bank sectors. They report higher employee satisfaction and engagement, and they are all sustainability focused organization. So I'll take you through the next element, which is compliance and future proofing. Okay, so compliance and future proofing are crucial for meeting regulatory standards. That is, enhanced regulatory compliance. This increased regulators, are demanding for more transparency in ESGs. And supply chain, we have already discussed about it. Having a companies which are sustainable will be, you can rely and you can be better prepared and you can have avoidance of any disruptions. So these are very, very important when you are when you rely on the supply chain. And continuous improvement culture, a sustainability driven mindset fosters a culture of continuous improvement. Like by integrating ESG into HSEQ, companies can drive innovation, boost employee morale, and maintain competitive advantage. So, okay, so my next topic about risk management and resilience. So, like, long-term risk mitigation is one of the that I mean, as an HSEQ professionals, you can't keep this away or can't it's our what we call core element in HSEQ functionality. Global studies show that companies with strong ESG practices have 30% lower risk of stock price drops in crisis, and this is like especially when you say about the COVID time also, like, the companies or the businesses that prioritize resilience could navigate disruptions more effectively. So that means the organizations which has a more ESG practices recovered faster. Uh, so next is reputation and brand value. Uh, See, this has an enhanced stakeholder trust. So transparency in environmental practices, like you are publicizing annual sustainability report. So these are all winning the stakeholders and investors and the public. So in a global survey, it was recorded like 88% of customers said that they prefer brands that help them live more sustainable. And competitive differentiation, like sustainable brands attract more customers. Many companies have committed to sustainable energy, improving its brand position in the energy sector, and as I told, companies with strong ESG commitments attract top talent. Studies indicate that 67% of job seekers preferred working with companies that are focused on sustainability. Good. So that's all. I mean, these are all interesting facts, right? Okay, let's go to the next element, which is building blocks of HSEQ resilience. Okay. So now we'll just see the. I picked 5 points because you can add on more, but for me, respecting the time and for me, I feel that these are the five most important aspects which we should be discussing today. Uh, when I talk about leadership and commitment, I think any aspects when you take leadership and commitment plays vital role, right? So defining a clear vision for sustainability focused HSEQ culture, establish responsibility and accountability at all levels. Integration of sustainability into corporate strategy and governance will enhance this what we call collaboration or this integration of sustainability and HSEQ. We need to set specific, measurable HSEQ objectives aligned with sustainability goals. This will help, and we have to empower the teams with decision making authority so that by this way you can have a better, better integration, and it will definitely give better results. Conducting a comprehensive sustainability risk assessment is another building block for this HSEQ excellence. Prioritize environmental, social, and governance risk. Like when you are the organizational risk, we will be doing it like at least minimum once in a year we do as an recommended industrial practice. So prioritize the ESG risk and integrate the sustainability risk into the overall enterprise risk management. So this will help us to stay focused, having a better control in addressing the risk, the action plans, and develop mitigation strategies for long-term sustainability risk. Consider the 17 sustainable development goals in the risk assessment. This is a brilliant way you can also have this kind of integration in a healthy manner. And resource efficiency. Uh, Considering whether the inputs like the raw materials or using the energy efficient technologies and practices definitely help you to be help you to improve the efficiencies and optimize the supply chain to reduce waste and emissions and adopt renewable energy sources wherever possible. Develop innovative manufacturing process to minimize resource and definitely make sure you monitor and improve the KPIs, key performance indicators related to your resource efficiency. Uh, there are a lot of optimization programs you can implement, which can help you to to build the HSEQ excellence in your organization. And now let me go to the employee engagement. Provide comprehensive HSEQ and sustainability related training for or employees. We always from the induction, the day one induction, we talk when you are talking about the HSEQ. Let's add on the topic of sustainability as well. How an individual contribute towards the organization vision and mission, why building their commitment from the day one helps you to achieve the goals, and encourage active participation of your colleagues in sustainability initiatives. uh, VHSEQ is there, that E already there. So we are very close to the sustainability element. So establish clear communication channels for HSEQ and sustainability matters. And don't forget to recognize and reward the exemplary sustainability practices. Who doesn't like to be motivated, right? Foster a culture of shared responsibility for safety and sustainability. And nothing can replace a continuous improvement. Always, check the results. Did I meet the target? Where is the gaps? So implement routine audits and inspections to see where are our gaps, and monitor and analyze the sustainability metrics and indicators, and conduct have a deep dive into the critical observations, investigate the incidents, near misses, or any missing of your targets are not achieved. Have a deep dive and understand, investigate, use this data driven insights to update your objectives and implementation plan. Rebuild, update your actions and accordingly, and accelerate the progress. Foster a culture of ongoing learning and innovation. And I'm sure by focusing on these 5 building blocks, any organizations can create a robust framework for HSEQ excellence that integrates sustainability at its core. So this approach not only enhances the safety and quality, but also contributes a long-term organizational resilience and competitiveness in an increasingly sustainability conscious business environment. Uh, and I'm sure these tips will help you. And I'm going to take you some practical approaches to integrate sustainability. So let me share you some tips as well. How can you benefit to integrate the sustainability along with the HSEQ? Okay. Conducting sustainability risk assessments, like How to do this risk assessment? Like, when you are performing the comprehensive risk assessments, please identify the environment, social and governance, ESG risk across operations. So like when we are doing the risk assessments, usually we focus on the activity, and we will be looking for the HSEQ aspects or HSEQ impacts like you will be considering. So at this time, let's have a dedicated element to identify the environmental, social, and governance risk across the functions and operations, and evaluate the potential impacts on stakeholders, communities, ecosystems. Then prioritize the likelihood and severity. So by developing, once you have your assessments done, then when you develop the mitigation measures, have an exclusive attention for the strategies for high priority sustainability risk. By doing this one, you can have a integrated approach for sustainability and HSEQ in your risk management. Got it? So the next one is stakeholder collaboration for effective HSEQ sustainability program. Um, as I told you, the supply chain is very important. So how about engaging suppliers in sustainability efforts? You can establish a green procurement policies, and give some weightage when you are selecting your supply, some point mechanisms or something, wherein if your supplier is a local products, you can what we call you can encourage the local productions, and you can partner with local communities on environment conservation projects, engage them also, collaborate with industry peers to share best practices and drive innovation. Tie up with or there are a lot of NGOs, sustainability related NGOs working in every part of the world. Collaborate with them and work with regulators to shape effective sustainability policies and standards, publicize it. Integrating these approaches, definitely any organization can create more comprehensive and effective HSEQ programs that address both traditional safety concerns and broader sustainability goals. Next one, I will talk about integrating environmental KPIs into safety performance. Like we monitor safety statistics, right? So along with that, how about tracking the KPIs like energy usage, waste reduction, carbon emissions? Interesting, no? It's good. Set targets for reducing environmental impacts and improve resource efficiencies. And these performances, like you can also include the environmental performance in your regular safety reporting, such as dashboards or any other form of reportings. And the next one, okay, implementing green practices in daily operations. Excuse me, I need to drink a bit of water. Thank you. And now let me talk about implementing green practices in daily operations. Adopting energy efficient equipments and lighting any equipments, lighting, energy efficient lighting, energy, what we call sensors. So these kind of things will enhance the energy efficiencies, and also implement recycling and waste reduction programs. There are programs interesting programs are coming up. Like I would like to. There was an initiative recently in Qatar. One of the hospital program, they were collecting the e-waste, and for the collection of the green waste, they converted that green waste into some points which you can claim back in their hospital for different services like dental services, beauty services, or even for the co-insurance payment and all. Interesting ideas, are happening. So, transition to sustainable materials and supplies where possible, and optimize transportation and logistics to minimize fuel consumption. And of course, we have to go with the digitalizations by encouraging paperless processes. These are all definitely helping, this kind of green practices implementation in the organization for our daily operations also will enhance and will give a value for the sustainable practices. And the last but not the least, nothing can be achieved without training and empowering of employees. So the training, coaching should be something which you have to consider in your day-to-day practices, and educate the staff on training for all employees, and empower the employees to suggest and come up with their initiatives and programs. So I need to go a bit faster now. So let's see for the case studies. I'm just taking an example how sustainability adds value, and it is not just a it's not just a choice, but it's a responsibility, and it has a strategic advantage. Okay, so just take the example of Volvo cars. Okay, Volvo Cars have made a bold commitment to sustainability, aiming to become a fully electric car company by 2030 and achieve climate neutrality by 2040. Uh, so, uh, like, uh, so okay, this has set a goal to become, as I told, what they have done for this. Volvo's vision was just going beyond, reducing emissions, but about transforming their entire operations to align with sustainable principles. So they are also implementing cutting edge technology such as blockchain to enhance transparency in their supply chain. So this technology allows them to trace the cobalt used in their electric car batteries, ensuring ethical sourcing and reducing the risk of environmental harm. So it's a significant step towards in promoting accountability and setting higher industry standards for sustainability. So let me take you through. Next is Mercedes Benz. Uh, they have set an ambitious target to use 100% renewable energy across all their production sites globally by 2039. Interesting. This goal reflects a strong commitment to reducing their carbon footprint and transition to a greener energy model. And also, Mercedes-Benz is also focusing on sustainable materials. They have introduced UBQ, a material created from upcycled household waste in some of their latest models, such as EQS and EQE. This innovation not only reduces waste, but also minimizes the use of new resources, bringing us closer to a circular economy. These examples from Mercedes-Benz and Volvo illustrate how leading companies are redefining industry practices through ambitious sustainability goals and innovative solutions. So, by committing to a renewable energy, sustainable materials, and ethical sourcing, they are setting benchmarks for what's possible in the journey towards a greener future. So this is not only just benefiting the environment, but also strengthen the brand reputation and customer trust. I told you earlier, right, how this is influencing. So I'm sure by this example, you are convinced that this is achievable. So let's see what's happening in GCC. So renewable energy, you can see there is an increased adoption of renewable energy sources across GCC economies. For example, 19% of the electricity consumed by GCC operations come from renewable energy sources in the recent year. So, which is really a significant achievement. and I feel really proud. I mean, like, things are happening for good. The second things is about sustainable finance. There is a record of like, high value over $8.5 billion in green and sustainable bonds and sukuk issuance in 2022. Sukuk is like they are the what we call Islamic shares, like, in the Sharia compliance shares. So, and the next is about sustainable tourism. Like, projects like NEOM and the Red Sea in Saudi Arabia aim for sustainability and net zero emissions. So, GCC countries have aligned their national visions with the UN Sustainability Development Goals. Like some examples: Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030, Qatar's National Vision 2030, Kuwait Vision 2035, Oman's Vision 2040. So these are all showing good indications, and the region is making significant strides in aligning economic development with environment protection and social responsibility. So now to conclude, I will like, we explore, like, how creating HSEQ excellence through sustainability is not just a responsible choice, but a strategic advantage. And by uniting these elements, we can build resilient, forward-thinking organizations that thrive in an ever-changing world. So I'm glad that you were listening to me. So now to wrap up, let's see that HSEQ goals can create a long-term value for the organizations. So now these are some things which you can easily take it with you. Like, let's set smart goals. So, and integrate HSEQ into your corporate strategy. So you can just have some steps, like not just as standalone objectives, but through the overall vision, mission of the organization. And engaging employees, it's very important. Let the employees understand and connect with the objectives, because ultimately they are the one who is going to drive and to be the catalyst of this change. And for sure, let's incorporate HSEQ and ESG metrics into the performance evaluations. And I'm sure this will be an excellent way forward to have a better track. And don't forget to recognize the achievements, and we will be measuring and reporting the progress and act on the difference, which is nothing but the continual improvement. And by doing this, for sure, we will be having a greater business value, which will definitely improve the brand reputation, which will reduce the operational risk, which comes as an addition cost savings, and enhance stakeholders' trust. So I'm sure you are ready to go with it, and for to ensure the success factor, make sure please get your visible support from the top management, which is very crucial. And this transformation is the next thing which can embed within your organization culture. And cross-functional collaboration is something which you can consider, like wherein you take your operations, finance, HR, marketing team to have a comprehensive approach that include that captures the diversity and inclusive environment. And for any decisions, please, each organization is different, so go back, check your data driven decision making is more reliable, and that will help to achieve your goals and bring results. And don't forget and stop learning. So that is something which we all have to keep updated. Look around, the transformation is super fast, so we have to see what is happening, and make sure we will be having a transparent and communication. It's a very important thing, so which will enhance the trust and accountability. So by each of these factors contributes to an effective integration of HSEQ and ESG, and this will take you to the HSEQ excellence. Okay, so the changes here, And as we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we have discussed today. So, one that leads towards a sustainable and resilient future. So, achieving excellence in HSEQ through sustainability is not just about compliance or meeting standards. It's about transforming our practices, values, and operations to build a legacy that prioritizes the well being of our people, the health of our planet, and the strength of our communities. So let this session be as a powerful reminder of why we strive to make these changes. Change starts with each one of us. So whether it is integrating HSEQ and ESG goal into our strategy, or our committing to continuous improvement, or fostering a culture, every step we take contributes to a greater impact. So let's lead this change with commitment, courage, and a shared vision of excellence. Together, we can create a sustainable future that benefits everyone. Thank you so much for listening to you. Stay tuned. The interesting sessions are on your way. And thank you so much. And I thank for this great opportunity. I hope you enjoyed. Signing off, Shermin.